Ever wondered why coffee is so popular in America? It's more than just a morning pick-me-up or a midday refresher. Coffee holds a significant place in the American lifestyle and culture. The story of coffee in America is as rich and complex as the drink itself. It's a tale that stretches back centuries, filled with historical twists and turns, revolutionary fervor, and an ever-evolving taste for this brewed beverage. From the colonial era to the present day, coffee has been a constant companion for Americans, shaping social interactions, fueling innovation, and serving as a symbol of national identity. In this video, we'll trace the journey of coffee from its introduction to the American shores through the Revolution, the coffee boom of the 19th century, and its role in modern America. So, sit back, maybe with a cup of your favorite brew, and join us on this caffeinated journey through time as we uncover the roots of America's love for coffee. It all started in the 17th century when coffee was first introduced to the New World. The British, who were already enjoying the bitter brew, brought coffee to America. At first, the reception was lukewarm. The Americans were loyal to their tea, a tradition they had inherited from the British, but slowly, the seeds of change began to sprout. Coffee was different, it was new, it was exciting. The rich, robust flavor was unlike anything the colonists had tasted before. The American palate began to shift, and the love for coffee started to percolate in the hearts of the colonists. Coffee houses started popping up in the colonies, and these became social hubs, places where people came together not only to savor the exotic brew, but also to exchange news, discuss politics, and engage in robust debates. These coffee houses were more than just places to enjoy a cup of joe. They were the epicenters of social interaction, the birthplaces of revolutionary ideas, the meeting points for the minds that would shape the future of America. Coffee was not just a drink, it was a catalyst for conversation, a facilitator of free thought, and a symbol of change. But the journey of coffee was not without its challenges. The British, peeved by the colony's growing fondness for coffee, imposed heavy taxes on coffee beans. But this only stoked the fires of rebellion. The colonists refused to bow down to the British pressure, and their love for coffee only grew stronger. The coffee houses continued to thrive, and the drink that was once viewed with skepticism became a symbol of American resilience and rebellion. It was in these coffee houses that the seeds of the American Revolution were sown, and the whispers of independence grew louder. But the real turning point for coffee in America came with the Boston Tea Party. The event that sparked the American Revolution also marked a significant shift in the American beverage of choice. From then on, coffee wasn't just a drink, it was a statement. A declaration of independence, a symbol of freedom, and a testament to the indomitable spirit of the American people. By the mid-18th century, tea was the preferred drink, but everything changed after the Boston Tea Party. Now let's take a step back in time to the year 1773. America was on the brink of revolution, and one event would forever alter the nation's beverage of choice. The Boston Tea Party was not just a political protest, it was a pivotal moment that marked the beginning of a significant cultural shift. The colonists, outraged by Britain's high taxes on tea, dumped 342 chests of British tea into the Boston harbor. This act of defiance was a clear message to the British Crown. The colonists would not tolerate unjust taxation. But the Boston Tea Party did more than just ignite the flame of revolution. It also sparked a change in the American palate. As a form of protest against Britain, many colonists began to boycott British goods, including tea. They needed an alternative, and they found it in coffee. Coffee, at this time, was not a new drink to the colonists. It had been introduced into the New World in the early 17th century, but it was the political climate of the late 18th century that truly cemented its place in American society. As the boycott of British goods continued, coffee houses began to spring up across the colonies. These establishments became hubs of revolutionary activity, where patriots would gather to discuss their plans for independence over a hot cup of coffee. The symbolism of coffee during this period cannot be overstated. It was a drink that represented defiance against the British Crown, a symbol of the colonists' desire for freedom and independence. It was a beverage that was distinctly not British, and therefore, distinctly American. And so, in the midst of revolution and rebellion, coffee emerged as more than just a drink. It became a symbol of American independence, a tangible representation of the colonists' resolve to break free from British rule. Coffee had now become a patriotic drink. It was a revolutionary beverage for a revolutionary time, a drink that would forever be ingrained in the fabric of American culture. The 19th century saw an exponential growth in coffee consumption. Coffee, once a luxury for the few, was now within reach of the many, thanks to a series of significant developments. The first of these was advancements in technology. The invention of the steam engine in particular revolutionized coffee production. The steam engine powered machines that could roast, grind, and brew coffee more efficiently than ever before. This not only made coffee cheaper to produce, but also quicker to prepare, making it an even more appealing option for the fast-paced American lifestyle. Additionally, improvements in transportation played a significant role in the coffee boom. With the expansion of railroads across the country, coffee could now be transported from coast to coast in a matter of days. This made coffee more accessible and affordable, further fueling its popularity. The rise of coffee plantations was another contributing factor. As the demand for coffee grew, so did the number of plantations, particularly in Latin America. These plantations produced vast quantities of coffee beans, which were then shipped to the United States. The abundance of coffee beans helped to drive down prices, making coffee a beverage that was accessible to all, not just the elite. Finally, the influence of immigrants cannot be overlooked. Many of the immigrants who came to the United States during the 19th century brought with them a love for coffee. They introduced new brewing methods and flavors, diversifying the coffee scene and broadening its appeal. These factors combined to create a perfect storm for coffee. It became a staple in American households, a must-have for workers, and a symbol of hospitality and comfort. It fueled conversations, sparked ideas, and brought people together. By the end of the 19th century, coffee had firmly established its place in American culture. From the morning cup of joe to the after-dinner espresso, coffee was and continues to be an integral part of the American way of life. Fast forward to the 20th century, and the coffee culture in America had evolved significantly. The humble coffee bean had journeyed from being a revolutionary symbol to a morning staple, and now, it was set to redefine social dynamics. In the late 20th century, a phenomenon swept across America: the rise of coffee chains. Starbucks, a Seattle-based company, opened its first store in 1971, and by the end of the century, it had over 3,000 stores nationwide. Following closely was Dunkin' Donuts, a Massachusetts-based company that had been serving coffee since the 50s, but expanded aggressively in the 90s and early 2000s. These coffee chains didn't just sell coffee, they sold an experience. A third space between work and home, a place for conversation, for contemplation, for community. The role of marketing and advertising can't be overstated in this coffee revolution. Coffee was no longer just a beverage, it was a lifestyle choice. Advertisements painted pictures of successful, active individuals who started their day with a cup of joe. Coffee became synonymous with productivity and alertness, essential traits in an increasingly fast-paced world. And then there's the undeniable role of coffee in the American work culture. The coffee break, an institution in itself, became a moment of respite in the hustle of the workday. Offices across the country installed coffee machines, recognizing that a coffee-fueled workforce was a productive one. Coffee shops became unofficial offices, hosting business meetings, providing a refuge for freelancers, and fueling late-night study sessions for students. From the Revolutionary War to the digital revolution, coffee has been a constant companion to the American story. Each cup carries with it a history of rebellion, of industry, of community. Today, coffee is more than just a beverage, it's a way of life. So why is coffee so popular in America? Let's take a moment to recap our journey through the annals of history. We've traced the roots of coffee's introduction to the American landscape, a tale steeped in the early encounters of explorers and colonists. We've relived the revolutionary shift from tea to coffee, a steaming emblem of independence and defiance against the British Crown. We've navigated the coffee boom of the 19th century, a period of exponential growth that planted coffee firmly in the fabric of American society. And finally, we've explored coffee's integral role in modern America, where it fuels the hustle and bustle of daily life, from the break of dawn to the late-night grind. From a symbol of independence to a daily ritual, coffee's journey in America is a testament to its enduring appeal. And that, dear viewers, is why coffee is so popular in America.